Today in the program, the President of the USSR awards state awards in the Kremlin. The Economic Union has 2 new members. Moscow, ration cards are being introduced for food. In Kuwait, the last oil well fires have been put out. Different versions of the death of the press baron Maxwell in Britain, British press baron. Today, on the eve of the biggest traditional holiday of our nation, we are still thinking about it. Some people are demonstrating for a demonstration of the Red Army parade. Others want to forget this date forever, which started the socialist movement in Russia. One tradition has remained. In the Kremlin, there took place the official award-giving ceremony in which Gorbachev took part in. This meeting I've never had before, such a meeting with our people who have deserved high awards for their efforts, for their achievements in work. It's not because beyond the walls of the Kremlin there's a lot of trouble, a lot of unhappiness, but nonetheless, when we think about whether or not we should forget about this tradition of giving awards on the eve of the October Revolution holiday, I've made the decision that we shall not forget this tradition. This is a matter of principle. Are we trying to bury ourselves? No. What? Yes, these are difficult times, yes. We have very difficult work ahead of us. Did the President say anything? Does the President know what is going on beyond the Kremlin walls? What is happening in our daily lives? Yes, we do know the situation. We see all the complications. Right now, we have reached the stage where we must continue without stopping, without thinking. We need very firm, decisive steps to increase the rate of reform. And I think that's the common mood right now. The work inside the country, which was done and which will be done by our working class, by our peasants, will provide us the opportunity to speak of the fact that we have worked in cooperation with foreign partners and will be able to provide food at the level that it was provided in this year. Will not energy. With all our problems, we are able to provide energy and fuel. Certain areas might have problems where there are shortages of energy. I mean, the capacity of local power plants, yes, there are certain areas with these problems, regions, but generally, energy will be provided, and we can count on the fact that we will live through this fall, winter, and spring. But we must work hard. And of course, we will move forward to reform. But this path will be thus that we must include the people themselves into this work through privatization, through giving land for lease or giving away land in other forms to help the people have control over the factory, over the land, over the resources, and to express their initiatives and their interests. This is the main goal of our reforms. There is no other way. We cannot count on the command administrative system. We've been waiting for this for decades and have long used up all the possibilities of the command administrative system. We could not continue living the way we were. We started reforms of all aspects of this huge nation. This is a very difficult project. It will take a long time, but positive procedures should be started in the near future. I felt I must tell you this, that we see the whole situation, all the problems, and we hope for cooperation and mutual understanding. I must say that tomorrow is the anniversary of the October Revolution, and you might be asked, did the president remember the anniversary of the October Revolution? Yes, we know much about what has happened to us during all these years after the October Revolution. We're not crossing out the lives of our grandparents, our parents, what they did on this land. We can retain our memories. But we have the courage to say that what was imposed by Stalin, the model imposed by Stalin, was a very serious one, had serious consequences. We had repressions, we had denial of freedom and rights of people. Society was tied down. This we understand very well right now, and we know what we must do. This does not put under doubt the October activism of those people, of the soldiers, the peasants, who created the revolution in order to give the land to the peasants, in order to give the factories to the workers. And we are talking about this today. And to give the people, not to alienate the people from the means of production, but to give the people authority. Make the people authority. I thank you very much for your great work to help our nation.
Ну что ж, похоже, связь времен, о которой говорил президент, действительно не прерывается. Как стало известно, в эти октябрьские дни
in the Dniprodzerzhinsk area, in the defense factory, there was formed the Socialist Marxist Party. A Socialist Marxist Party was formed. The new party still does not have a program. It's being worked out, but its platform will defend the interests of the workers. The Socialists will adopt all the best experience of the Ukrainian Communist Party. There are more than 2,000 CPSU members in this faction. They will try to improve these former party buildings. If in the near future we prove our position, then the workers will support us. Efforts of the society to build a socialist future is not shared by all people. Some people would like to forget yesterday and to forget our sacred places. The American magazine Forbes reports about potential plans to sell Lenin's embalmed body in the West. An official denouncement today was announced by the Interior Minister Baranikov, denounced this allegation. I want to tell you right away that first of all, this is a provocation, and I do not understand why this provocation was issued on the eve of November 7th, our holiday. I want to declare that we officially would like to start a court case over this declaration. Gorbachev's name, Yeltsin's name was mentioned in this article. This is pure provocation. Yeltsin has nothing to do with this declaration. 67 years after Lenin's death, much has happened. Initially, his body was embalmed for 6 or 7 days to appease the desires of the millions of people who wanted to see him. Later, there was a temporary wooden mausoleum. Then the current one was created. During World War II, Lenin's body was moved to Kuybyshev. For 8 years, he shared the mausoleum with Stalin. 80 million people have seen the mausoleum and Lenin's body. So far, there was no filming or video filming in the mausoleum. For the first time, this privilege was given to Spiegel, the magazine Spiegel, which is denying allegations that it was financed by the KGB. Here are the first film footage of the Lenin's mausoleum. Maybe these are the last. Maybe in the future, Lenin will be reburied in St. Petersburg, reburied, or perhaps in the Kremlin Wall. For many decades, there's a vast infrastructure for the preservation of Lenin's body. Automatic machines working for climate control, humidity control. All these machines are Soviet-made. 150 scientists work on the preservation of Lenin's body. Every Monday and Friday, the body is treated with special chemicals to preserve Lenin's body.